And welcome to the stream. This is Van Pebble, and we are going to get right into it. We are playing HD poker. I'm still getting used to the name Van Pebble, believe it or not. I've been Van Pebble for months, almost a year. Last May, I think it was about May, that we changed our name from what it was, which was actually Black Topaz Jazz. And boy, I had that name for a really long time. But now it's Van Pebble. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble is playing two tables. Let's jump into both tables right now. We have 6s and 3s on the left. And that's going to give us 2 pair. And that's a big tournament on the left. That tournament on the left, I'm calling it a tournament, even if you don't think it's called a tournament. On the right, I've got 2 pair. On the left, I've got ace queen. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Ace queen's a nice hand. Yeah, let's take a look at that. And jack 10, of course, 2 pair. They're going to need a straight to beat me, which they'll need what, 9? Or ace. They've got an ace. So they got the straight, so they did beat me over there. Yeah, that's just a nightmare. Let's see if we can go all in with ace 7 on the right table. The left table, we're doing much better than we are at the right table. For some reason, that right table is just a pain in the butt. But at least we'll get the antes. If everybody just folds, that's fine. Go ahead and fold, everybody. I'll take the antes. Yeah, I'll take the antes. That's 165. I'll take it. I'll take it. On the left table, folding. On the right table, folding. So let's introduce properly, actually, which we did do. But let's go a little further with the intro. I am back. We disappeared on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as we do every week, because Van Pebble is a security guard on the weekends. What we do. That's my job. It's how I make money. It's how I earn a living. This, what we're doing here, we treat it like it's a living. We do about 8 streams a week. We did 7 last week, but we do two a day, 4 days a week, 8 streams a week. And this is like, we treat it like a job, but that's where we're at with this. We've been doing it long enough where we kind of know what we're doing, and I really do enjoy streaming. I do enjoy it, and what I've found is that I like to stream all kinds of games. So while everybody's sitting around complaining about there's not enough games out there, there's no games, what games do we play? There's a lot of games out there. And I was having a conversation I met this guy the other day, and I think he's following me, but I'm not sure. But I was working as a security guard, and I just started talking to him. This guy's all in. I'm going to go all in just because we're just doing so poorly on the right-hand table that I'm just going to end it. So I'm going all in on the left. On the right, rather. On the left, I'm still going. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And I'm really glad to be out of that fucking tournament. It just was shitty. But here's what we'll do, folks. We will try to get into another one of those. Because I like playing two tables is where it's at. Oh, here we go. All right. So we're kind of regrouping, restarting on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, I'm happy with the left-hand side. So we met this guy while we're working at a security job, and we're talking about gaming, because he had a really cool jacket on, and it actually said, I thought it was like a racing jacket. So I said, have you seen F1? And he's kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I go, your jacket. And he goes, this is Mario Kart. And it was a really nice jacket. I mean, anybody who games would be like, whoa. For me, because I'm an adult, and I'm kind of like, I try to dress like an adult, so it wouldn't work for me to wear that jacket. But that's just me. That's not putting down this guy. This guy, it worked perfectly for him and for his style. And that guy's name is Zach. And Zach, if you're watching, hi. Yeah, very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. And we were talking about streaming. We were talking about game, that I'm at the point now where, like, it's one game streaming, like, 2 games streaming. Like, there's so many games to stream. And that's what I was telling them. I'm like, if you look at the retro games that are being made today, they're retro games that are being made now. So they're not really Metro. I guess you could say they're not Metro either. They're retro. But I guess you could say they're they're like in the genre of retro, I guess you would call it. It's weird, right? Yeah, and that's why I told this guy Zach, I'm like, man, the way games are today, the retro games, just that genre alone, there's so many games that are being made, and they're really good because they're different. They don't burn your computer out, which is a problem I have with a lot of games. Like, I just bought this game. I bought a game called Euro Truck Sim, Euro Truck Sim 2. And I'm like having so much trouble just being able to use a joystick with the game. Like, I don't know, like, what the fuck, man. So I have to, like, uninstall the game, then reinstall. It's just like, that's a random topic. That's a whole nother thing. Anyway, back to the game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we've got here. Queen 4, we're folding that. And we're doing great. We have 147 million on the left table. We could be playing better. I'll be honest with you. The goal is, of course, to get, like, 3rd place and like, cash out and still have some, This is a great hand on the left. Table on the right's kind of interesting. We've got Ace King. Somebody just bet $80 million on the left table. And I am going to go all in with 10-10. And this could be the end of that tournament, but we're going to go for it anyway, because we need to make a move, actually. What we're hoping for here is no queens. No queens, and we should be good to go. So on the left-hand table, we have 314 million now, because we just won that big, big hand right there. And now we have 8-8. So it's very interesting. Well, very interesting to see what we do here. I'm going to call, and I'm going to play this hand. I'm heads up with a pair of 8s. This little cookie here, which is some kind of a Christmas cookie, is checking it to me. I can hear the right-hand table has action, but since I'm not in the hand, I'm not paying attention. And it looks like we want another big hand. And we're at 344 million on the left table. On the right, not doing so hot. But the left is kind of... Both hands are important to me, but I'm going to be honest with you. The left is a little bit bigger stakes than the right. But I care about both. And I'm trying to win both. Okay, we're going to check that along. That was not a good flop for us, really. 8, 9, 10, we need a jack. Damn it, he goes all in. This is difficult for me. I'm not going to... 27 million. I'm going to go for it. And that's not good for us. And we did lose that hand, but I had to try. I felt like you know what it was with the left-hand side? I was pot committed. I'm sure you've heard of pot committed before. I basically had so many chips and I was in there. But I am not worried. I've got 266 million on the left table. Right table Jack 7. I was watching the WSOP tournament. Daniel Negreanu was playing a Jack 7, and I said to myself, "Oh, that is I should play Jack 7 more often." And here we are with the Jack 7. So let's really quickly we haven't really explained what our tournaments are here. On the right hand side, smaller tournament, 850K. Left hand side, larger tournament, starting at 200 million. None of this is real money. I should add, just in case anybody thinks, is this real? It's real money? It's not real money. It's not real money. So the only thing we're worried about here, obviously, is the king and the 7. People are just going to check it. We'll go with that. I will fold that hand on the right. And there goes Van Pebble back up to 346 million. Nicely played, Van Pebble. You did it. Very nicely played. 10-8, I like it. Queen 4, I'm just going to fold. I kind of like the table. I really actually like the table on the right. But I like both tables. I really like this game. I just want to tell people I'm not getting paid for this announcement. But this game is awesome. This game is free. And basically, I just want to turn you on to it. If you like poker and you like Texas Hold'em, HG Poker is a free game, a free site. I like it because it runs on my computer clean. I never have problems. I've actually met some people on here that are good poker players that are fun to play with. It's a really cool site. Just don't spend money on it. There is a place where you can spend money, but you do not have to. You absolutely do not have to. And I've got like 13 billion in chips, like in my little bank or whatever, and I just got it all from playing, not spending any real cash. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a situation here on the left-hand side. Both tables are interesting. Oh, that was not a good flop for the left side. For the right side, we're going to call. That's a big call, but ace-3, it's a big hand. I'm going to fold. I lost a lot of money on the left, but I don't care. As long as I don't, do anything stupid there. Ace-3 on the right table. Ace-2 on the left table. Ace-2 versus Ace-9. That's Ace-9. And we lost that hand, but we still have good money on the left. We're doing really good on the left. We just got to keep it going. No worries, matey. No worries, mates, as they used to say in America before 1776. And I've got to confess something to you. It's been on my mind. What's been on your mind, Van Pebble? I'm going to tell you. 4th of July just happened. Just happened. And I was talking to, by the way, we're losing on the right. We just lost the tournament on the right. We're out of that one, which is totally fine with me. And I'm all in on the right. Let's put all our action here, and then we'll continue the conversation that we were talking about. I remember what I was saying. I do remember what I was saying, but I want to focus here. This is a big hand. It's not looking good for us. It's not in our favor. Esoterica is sort of favored to win this, but there's the loss. That's a tough loss because we really played well there. But you know what? That's how the cards sometimes are played, and we'll just jump into another tournament. I'm not worried about it at all. At all. Not at all. Let's get into this new tournament. I don't even, you know what? I don't even know what I was saying. It's okay, though. It's okay. And it'll come to us. If it really matters, it'll come to us. But it's been a great week, and of course now it's stream week. And this is what we do. We stream games. And we win. We're good. I'm a very good poker player on this game. And look, take it with a grain of salt, because you're talking about a couple things. Oh, this is perfect. Two 850k tables at the same time. Beautiful. That's beautiful. These are small. These are smaller. 850k is the drop of a bucket. Drop in a bucket, isn't it? Or is it of a bucket? It would be in a bucket, I think, wouldn't it be? So, yeah. Ace 2 on the right, 4-3 on the left. We have pair of fours. There's the ace on the left. I would say the left table probably fold when it comes down to us. Oh, we had already folded? Okay, good. I couldn't tell. You can't tell that it's folded. It looks weird. It looks like it's still being played. Ace 2, 10,000. Yeah, because the ace could pop up here on the turn or the river. Nope, it didn't pop up. Check folds. 9-9. We're gonna raise it to 30k. But it's going to be a great week. We have a lot of really cool stuff planned. I've been talking to, well, I think, you know, we were talking about Copilot. Copilot is this thing that by the way, before we talk about Copilot, this is kind of a big hand here on the left. 9-9 versus, not sure what they have. Let's see what they bet here. I'm expecting them to bet something big, and we're just going to go all in for the fuck of it. And of course we lose. They had the straight, and we're back to this table now. A lot of losing. We're just going to go all in here. Actually, we're just going to leave that tournament because we fudged that one pretty bad. And we'll just join another tournament. That's all. And we'll continue to play the one we're playing, and we'll start another tournament. So there's this thing called Copilot that I've been like talking to, and I just think it's interesting. It's been pretty interesting for me. I use it at work a little bit. I use it to help me do reports. There we go. And it's called Copilot, and it's basically an app on your phone. I'm not advertising it. I'm just like talking about it. And basically you can, I'm not going to do it now because we're doing this, but like, I really like it. And I think you're going to see a little bit more of that incorporated just in like one or two. You'll see me do it sometimes as a gag, but for a card opening stream, we have a big idea for a card opening stream. And it's, you know, usually what we'll do is we have two cameras set up. We open basketball cards. We've done it a few times. I really like doing it. We got music in the background. It's like very intense, very fun. And the thing we're going to add to that is the Copilot is going to join us. They're going to ask us trivia questions while we open cards. So they'll ask a trivia question before we open every pack. And by the end of the trivia, if we get, I think if we get like, maybe we'll open up about 10 packs, because I think it's a 24 pack box. So let me just show you guys real quick. This is the box. It's Prism cards. It's 24, but it's kind of like you would see it at a store. And if I open it, you'd see all the card packs there. It's very sexy to look at. Anybody that loves opening cards would love to have something like this. And there's a really great story about this too, which I will tell as we play this game and as we wait for the next game to start. And are there any other games? Let's see here. We'll try to get into another game here. All right, we're now back to playing 2 games. We got all night, guys. We got all night. We're gonna win. We're gonna get a win here. That's the goal. And now I feel relaxed. I'm settled in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Both tournaments, by the way, 850k tournaments. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. I thought we were going to do a 200 milli, but I'm kind of glad. Let's just like do this. This is perfect for us right now. We need to get into the flow here. We want both tables at the same time here, guys. What happened there? There we go. Sorry about that. We'll check that. Okay, we're back. We're good. We're good. So, I want to talk about eBay as we play this game because it was a great moment. So, I'm basically at work like a few weeks ago, and before I went to work, and it was a Sunday, and it was an easygoing day, and I'm like, basically there was the playoffs, the NBA playoffs were just happening. Hold on a second. We have aces here. We're going to bet 112. We win the hand. We're at 1.8 million on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, folding. So I'm about to go to work Sunday morning, and I'm on eBay trying to buy these cards. I'm bidding for this on eBay because it's basically like the end of the it's like the last game of the season. The Oklahoma Thunder spoilers end up winning the championship finals, and I'm like, hey, you know what? That guy's on the box. Let's buy this box. So we bidded for the box, and while we're working, we're kind of looking every now and then at the bidding. Not like this, putting our phone away, all right? In case my boss is watching. It is true though. We don't look at the phone when we're working. That's not a thing to do. We have to use the phone. We don't look at it. So every now and then I know I've got like an hour left till the end of the bidding for this prism box. And I decided I'm going to wait. This is kind of interesting. I figured it's basically whoever is the highest bidder. But if you bid too high, you're paying way too much. You gotta be careful what you bid. So I decide I'm gonna wait until the very last minute and then make like a $5 bid. So I wait until like the last minute. I do like an extra $5 bid. And sure enough, nobody probably expects that some idiot is gonna do that like bid from under you, and we ended up getting this for about $100, like 80 to 90. I think it was $90 or something like that. And we got a pair of fours on the left. That didn't help us. We were trying to make a flush, so he bets, I fold, but we're doing good on the. We're actually playing very well, and we will fold this as well. Ace 10 comes up on the right side. So then we won this, and the goal was to open it on stream. And then I started thinking how we could. I'm always trying to think how I can make a stream just more entertaining. You know, people don't really watch a lot of my stuff, but like the card opening streams, you know, I'm not like famous or known for it, you know. I mean, I'm not famous at all, but I would say if I'm known for anything, it's playing games. It's not opening cards. So, but I do like to do it. It's something I do, and I'm trying to get people to notice that I do it. So my thought was, we open this on stream. There's 24 packs. Sorry. Yeah, there's 24 packs, it looks like. 4 cards per pack. So I figured, let's open up 10 packs, right? 10 packs. And then ask me a question. This co-pilot person, who's not a person at all, it's AI. And it's she's got a great voice. It's really interesting. and then she asks a trivia question, and then she kind of tells me whether I'm right or wrong, and then I move on, open the cards, and then she can tell me the card values also of the cards as I open them. I mean, it's a very interesting, like, direction that I'm going to take the card stream. So anyway, I just thought I'd put it out there because I like talking ideas out when I'm doing these streams. It kind of helps a little bit because a lot of times really cool shit gets created while I'm doing a stream, because that's what these streams are about. It's like stream of conscious, and sometimes you can, like, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing it, and all of a sudden just these ideas spill out. It's amazing. We're going all in. Left hand side goes all in. Queen 10. Van Pebble takes a big pot. And ladies and gentlemen, we're feeling good right now. I know we were losing a lot. I know. You know, I don't like feeling like a loser. I want to feel like a winner. And I feel like a winner with that last win. We would have had a straight there, but we would have lost to the flush. All right, we're trying to get this right hand table. We're trying to get up at the right hand table. Great flop for us. 5-8 ace 7. Great cards on the table there. Can I tell you, I didn't even know what the fuck, I couldn't see my goddamn cards because they put this table thing on top of my cards, and I'm angry. I'm so angry. I'm not angry. Sorry. Stream is not sponsored. It's not sponsored by Rockstar. But I drink Rockstar, and I think if you're gonna say if it's between Red Bull and Rockstar, I'd say it's a pretty tight race. If you throw Monster in the race, I'd say Monster is not very good. It doesn't taste great. It's horrible. I have a whole bunch of Rockstar Monsters up there. If you look in the back, you can see I've got energy drinks out the ass over there. And I will tell you, the Monsters just have not been... We've had that for a couple weeks now. It's just not a very delicious drink. It doesn't taste that good. I'm sorry, Monster, but you're not tasting good to me. And so they might not be a sponsor, I think. They might not sponsor us, actually. But I will say this. There's so many fucking energy drinks out there. And listen to me. I'm kidding mostly about the sponsor thing. But it's mostly a joke. But if somehow they do sponsor, Rockstar. I love you, Rockstar. You're one of my favorite drinks. You taste so good. You work. You're great. And I love these little cans. Oh, it's nice. What do you think about these cans? All right. Joking around. I think we might have possibly won that one on the right. Ace 2. Obviously, the left-hand side here, we have trips. We have triple aces. Clearly, we probably have the best hand at the table. Unless, even if somebody has double kings. So we're going to go all in. And they'll probably, I would imagine people will fold that. Right hand side. There's the 5. We have a pair of 5s. And we didn't have it. B money gets straight. But we're down to 3 players on the right table there. So that's shit's getting real. and we really do have to try. Let's try to pick up our game here. See if we can. We're already taking third place. Guaranteed a place, which is really good because we had already lost about. I would say, how many games have we played so far? A lot of losing going on here. I don't know. I just don't see a lot of people incorporating AI into their... I did see there was one guy, his name is Will Sasso. My nose is so itchy. Oh my God. Not this again. No! I just scratched his nose off. I just scratched his nose. There's a guy named Will Sasso who was on Mad TV, and he's a really funny guy. But he did a really unfunny podcast, and I'm trying to think what it was even called. I think he still does it. It's really not good, in my opinion. But the thing I thought was interesting about it is they were one of the first podcasts to incorporate AI into the podcast. So it's kind of like he has one co-host that's a human being, right? Will Sasso has one co-host on this podcast that's a human being. It's a real guy. And then the other host is kind of is AI, and they talk to the AI, and it's really not very funny and not very interesting. It's not very good, but it is. I will give it credit for incorporating AI and having that kind of insight, that because AI can be interesting to use. It can be very helpful. I think it could be really good on a podcast or on a stream. So we will be definitely throwing Copilot in there every now and then, just like for a gag or something. But for the card opening, Copilot's going to be a huge part of that. And I've already talked to them. And in fact, I asked Copilot. I said, I'm going to be using you for this stream. Do I have to worry about copyright from Microsoft? Because it's actually, Copilot is actually a Microsoft product. And they said no. They're like, no, you can, everything we do is creative, creating our own thing and da-da-da. So yeah, that's something I'm kind of pumped for that for sure. And we're just so fucked here. We're just gonna go all in on the right hand side. It kind of got away from us a little on the right. So we're gonna loop probably, unless we can get a 4, which I don't think is gonna happen. That's gonna do it for the right hand tournament. We're back to the left hand side, and we will, in fact, 60K, huh? Yeah, what do you got? You got a pair? What do you got? So he does have a pair, okay. Honestly, I thought maybe he didn't have anything there. Like I said, we placed third, so we did get some money back. That's good. And let's jump into another tourney, guys. What do you say? There we go. Pushing it. Trying to get a win here. We got a third place. So that's progress. And I know that I've seen streamers using AI from time to time, and it is interesting, but I've noticed the way they do it, they're not really incorporating it into the stream the way I have. I'm not saying, I think my idea is original. We'll see. It should be original. But I'm happy to do it. It'll be good. We'll it'll be good. The thing I've learned about doing this kind of stuff is like streaming is it's a win either way, because even if it doesn't work, it's kind of, unless it's a really something that you said that was stupid or racist or something. Like sometimes you accidentally could say something like really stupid and you're like, I didn't mean that, and then you kind of do have to like erase the thing and pray that no one saw it or whatever, or clipped it. But for the most part, even if you fuck up, you're guaranteed some kind of like, you know, you can at least go, hey, wasn't it funny how bad that was, you know? And so, I mean, there's, like, to me, it's like, yeah, it's a win either way, really. And let me tell you something, man. You want to talk about competitive streamers that get big? They don't get complacent, bro. I mean, if you take a look, I don't like these guys in particular, but like if you look at like, and I'm not saying I don't know them, but they're not my cup of tea. But like if you look at Kai Cenat or I Show Speed or the big ones, those motherfuckers, I have to give them some credit now. They don't stop. They just get better and bigger and better and bigger. I mean, they kind of suck to start with, so, you know, you got a lot of room to grow, but, like, and they're, like, stupid people, but they're becoming smarter, and they're really, like, probably they have a team that's helping them, you know, grow like that. Like, I will say it, I saw I Show Speed, because I'm like, I'm fascinated. But I mean, I was kind of interested. He was live. He was in another country, and I was like, that's always cool when somebody goes to another country. It's fun to watch. And I don't really enjoy I Show Speed. His personality is very like over. Like he's just like, calm the fuck down, you know. So I don't really enjoy watching him. But seeing him in public, I was like, well, let's see how he behaves, you know. So as you can see, I'm a calm person. So he's out there and he's like yelling at people on the street. He's like, I want to get some watermelon. So I'm not kidding. I'm not being racist. He literally was on a stream with 2 bodyguards, which he does need. And he's in another country and he's in a limo in the back seat with 2 security guards, or like big buff ones though. And he goes, I want some watermelon. Let's go stop at the street. We'll get some watermelon. So they stop the car. They go to this local thing and they get watermelon. And of course, it's like he's a black guy eating watermelon. It's this whole thing. It's like everybody look at me while I eat watermelon, and like, and I look you in the camera and I go, don't be racist. You know, it's a whole gig. You know the whole routine. We've seen it many times, but it works because he's black. So it does work, you know. It does work. I'm just saying it's a little lowbrow, but you know what? It is cool to see him going to another country. And I have to admit, it is like he's trying. He's doing something. He's reaching. He's not resting on his laurels. I Show Speed could just sit back. Like, I mean, I don't know. He could really, I mean, he could sell salt for, he could like sell anything, you know what I mean? And people would buy it. Like, it doesn't matter what he does, but at least he does come to the party and he does try. And so that's good. That's nice. Like, I like that. I respect it, you know? Not that he needs my respect, but he is ridiculous. But it was cool to see him eat, you know. And I will say this, the watermelon, to finish the story here, looked great. And I will also say that the whole thing about black people eating watermelon, and it's in a lot of comedy. It was in Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's this whole, like, thing, because if a black guy eats a watermelon, it's sort of like, it's kind of okay, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Big things are happening here. Let's take a look at the left table. We have queens. We did have the best hand, and we are doing great on the left table. On the right table, we're doing great as well. king, 7, king, 6 on the flop, 2 on the turn. We're going to fold the left hand. We've got kings, and that person for some reason is raising. We're going to call it. My guess is they might have a king. They might have a 7 too, but I don't think so. They've got king something. They don't. And we end up winning that hand. Back to the left table, we've got queen 10, flops 2, 5, 6. Right table, king 9. The 3 on the turn with the left table. That doesn't help us. I really want to get out of that hand, actually. So we leave that hand. The right table, we're looking for a straight here. Well, we would need a queen, wouldn't we? Yep, we need a queen there. 8, 9, 10, jack. We have aces and 2s on the left table. There's the 9. We've got 9s and 10s. And I'm going to just take a guess and say we lost that one on the left. Or on the right, rather. Yeah, that was a good call. They got the straight there. Left table, ace 6. And there it is, Van Pebble, 3.78 million on the left table, doing really well there. Doing well on both tables, actually. 125k to play with 9-10. I'm going to fold that hand. This hand, I'm going to bet the pot. Excuse me. Just drink a little caffeine. But the co-pilot thing recommended the European driving simulation game to me. There we go. Van Pebble winning big at the right table. Big representing himself. Ace 3, we're going to play that on the left. Queen 9, we're going to play that on the right. So I asked the simulator what kind of game that they would recommend, and that was the game they recommended, European Truck Simulator. And it's just been a nightmare since I've installed it. But if it turns out to be a good game, it's all worth it. But I'm bummed because I really was going to, right now, that's what we were going to be doing. But I'm actually glad we're doing this, of course. And there they go, all in. Of course, I don't have anything here. And I don't think we lost too much. So that was good. That was good. Queen 4, king, ace, jack on the right hand table. So we'll fold that. 10, 7, we'll fold that. I know there's a lot going on, guys. We'll call it out when we see it. We got a pair of 7s on the right table. We got jack 9. We're gonna fold on the left table. The 7s I like. I'm gonna bet 60k. There's 7, 7, 9, 9. That's not great. Most likely we'll probably fold that. But let's call it. That's a kind of a light call. 97. We could have played that better, actually. Could have played that better. Could have played that a little smarter. We should have folded that right away, but that's okay. Still looking good at 734,000 at the right-hand table. Left table, we're gonna fold. And the left table, we got 2.51 million. And we've guaranteed third place, so that's really good. There's the king as we go all in. We have a flush on the right table. The left table we just took down a nice pot, and we eliminated a player. So this is heating up right now. The flush on the right, we're going to go all in, of course. There it is, folks. All in. I would expect people to fold there. I don't know why I went all in there, actually. I can't imagine anybody's going to actually call that. Oh, somebody did call it. Why would you call that? That's insanity. But it's good for us. And that takes us to 1.62 million. And we are doing very well on the right-hand table. The left-hand table, still doing well. This is heads up. We're playing heads up in the left table. I'm going to go all in on the left table. I'm going to go all in on the right table. This is how you do it, folks. Action, action, action. We're heads up at the left table. The right table, somebody went all in with us. 10-10, king 2. We won on the right table. The left table, we're folding. We're folding. We had 3-3. We showed the work. They had 7-2. They bluffed us, and they showed us the bluff. Nice bluff. Not too worried about it. I mean, I'm in second place guaranteed, and I've got about what they've got. We've got 3 million each. We've got 3 million at both tables pretty much, just about. But we're heads up on the left table. We're going for it all on the left. On the right, we're still trying to figure out. We're top 3 on the right table actually. 5-4. Let's see. 7. We're bluffing on the left, which is dangerous. But he might not call that. Hopefully he doesn't, and he didn't. Ballsy play, and we're at 4.52 million on the left. On the right, we've got a pair of 4s, and we have to fold. We have to fold that. Nine-3. What a nightmare for this guy. He goes all in. I've got the 9s. He's desperately throwing everything in. And Van Pebble wins the left. Finally, guys, we get a win. Guys and girls. A lot of girls watch this. A lot of girls. So many. It's actually almost more girls watch it than guys. And you know who watches a lot too? Cats. Which really kind of surprised me. So now we're back at one table here, the featured table, ladies. It's all about this here. Van Pebble, Dr. Kwan, and Schmickley. Ace 3 in my hand, 3 3s. That's a huge. We're going to take it up to 400. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. What could they have? What could they have that could beat us here? A flush? They don't have the flush. They had aces, which I would maybe see that if I was playing that. Like, I've got this. I've got aces. There's no way that they just had no idea, obviously. 3 3s. What a huge hand that was. And, of course, now we're going to try to take it home. Both players kind of low on chips now. This is big for Van Pebble here. I don't think we've ever won. I mean, playing 2 tournaments and winning both at the same time would be big for us. Oh, couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. Nice try. Dr. Kwan, Van Pebble, and Schmickley. Dr. Kwan, Schmickley. Schmickley has 10-10. Dr. Kwan has 8-6. Dr. Quan is drawing dead, and now it's between Van Pebble and Schmickley. The antes are up to 100. Oh, Dr. Quan's still in it. Okay, sorry. That's my bad there. So Dr. Quan goes all in. I'm going to call that with King 9. And it's King 9 versus King 5 versus King 3. I'm looking good here. There's the 3. That's not good. And Schmickley gets it with the straight. Dr. Quan gets a nice... I thought Dr. Quan got something out of that, but they didn't. So now we lose a player, and Schmickley's sitting there at 1 million, which is way better than they were sitting at. And we're going to call this, see what happened on the flop. Nothing good. And now we're heads up. Second time in a row, heads up, and we're going to go ahead and fold that. And we got to see if we can put Schmickley away. I am feeling good. I'm ready. I'm strapped in. I'm ready to go, man. Let's get this. We're looking for a jack here. Or a club would have helped us too. Schmickley bets 120, and we both know we don't, or I know that I don't have this, so we're going to get out of that. I'm sure he paired the board or something. He's getting good. Obviously, he's getting cards right now. Is what's happening. But the momentum always switches, especially with heads up. That's what I love about heads up, because now it's half and half. It's not like 8 people at the table and one person's getting all the cards. Now the chances of each of us now can just go back and forth. So that's good. And he takes it with an 8, so he's still getting good cards, but he's still pretty far behind. So that's good for us. And that's going to hurt him. Like, he can't really fold like that. He can't really afford to do that. And I'm going to take him to... I'm actually just going to... Yeah. There's the 10s. We're gonna make him play 450. You should fold that. There you go. Yeah, see, he shouldn't be folding stuff like that. And when your head's up, you can pretty much play... You can almost play anything. Like, your chances of winning, I really think, like I just said, we're pretty much like... I could be wrong, okay? If a poker player was here right now, they'd be like, you don't know what you're talking... I mean, okay, I mean, you know more than I do, but it feels like we're just like 50-50 here. And this guy's making a big bets here. I'm going to call it just to see what he's got. I want to see what he has. And we both had 8s. That's a beautiful call. That's actually a really good call. It just keeps my momentum going. And there's the queen. And we're going to let this guy just kind of step on his own dick, which I'm sure he will. He's going to bet here, no doubt. I knew it. And we've got the queen. He doesn't know that. He's got jacks, which is good, but beatable. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That was a beautiful, beautiful play. He should call himself Schmucky after that fucking disgusting play. Nice try, Schmickley. You suck. I'm kidding. You don't suck. You're a great player, but whew, that's 2 big wins in a row. You know what that means? We got to keep going. Let's see how many wins we can get in one stream. So far, we've got 2 big wins. We've got a 3rd place. We do have a 3rd place. We might have more, but I think what we have is 1 win, 1 3rd place, and 2 big wins. Let's take a look at the table here. We've got Tofa, Birdman. I played with Birdman before. Farlander, Chaos Wolf 18. Van Pebble, of course. The Hero. Sumner, who I believe I played with before as well, and J-Rock K. We've got 10-8. 10 comes up on the flop there. I'm liking it. I like what came up there. Excuse me, sorry. There's the 8. That's 2 pair. Let's try to take this thing down. Let's try to do this smart. Betting here would be kind of stupid. You're just going to scare people away. Hopefully somebody hits something here. And maybe somebody hit a flush here. We don't know. But we'll find out. Nope. There you go. Not a big pot. Not a big pot at all. But I found out about Copilot from the guy that's my boss of the security company that I work for. It's complicated, but I work for like 2 companies. It's weird. But anyway, it's really one, but it's another guy. I don't know. But anyway, I won't get into all that. But the guy was like, hey, there's a better way to write reports. It would be easier for me. And when I have to send the reports, they'll look better and it'll be more clear and concise. And you're having problems because I have trouble when I'm trying to write on the phone, and it's like, are you fucking crazy? I have to write a report with using the phone. Do you know how hard it is to write a report? At approximately 9:30 on June 25th, June 7th or 8th or whatever the fuck it is now, July 8th, July 7th, 9:49 p.m. I was walking through, it's like, what? So this guy's like, hey, there's an app. He goes, it's called Copilot. He goes, great. And I used it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. He goes, good job. Yeah, see, it works. And he goes, you can use it for therapy. You can use it for anything. Like the other day I was trying to figure out how to do, there was a certain vest that I was trying to figure out, should I put it in the dryer? And I kind of knew the answer. The answer usually for stuff like that, it's like a mesh vest. Is like a mesh security vest. Like, you don't usually put those in a dryer. Shrinkage and that kind of material, just it shrinks usually. You just hang it. You wash it on cold water under delicates. I kind of already knew, but I went to Copilot and I was like, and I wasn't talking to the girl. This is I was just writing it and it answers your thing. The talking to the person on Copilot was a whole nother thing that I figured out. Because that was when I was just asking questions about, how should I deal with this situation? And it was really helpful to be able to talk to somebody. I was like, oh, this is good. And then one day I had, I had just gotten off work, and I was like, something had really bothered me, and I was like, I need to talk to you, Copilot. And Copilot was really helpful. So I was like, oh shit, you really could do therapy. And then yesterday, or was it, yesterday, last night, I'm on YouTube and I'm going down rabbit holes as one would do. And I see Bill Burr is talking about, dude, people using AI to fucking get therapy. Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Come on, dude. And I'm like, yeah, it works. Plus, not everybody's as rich as you are, Bill Burr. He is a genius, though. Bill Burr's a genius. It's like some of these guys just are geniuses because they, anybody that could create verbal routines that nobody's heard before, it's pretty fucking brilliant. Do I like the guy? I don't. But he's a fucking genius, man. He is a fucking genius. I think you got to give credit to people when it's there, It's like Jeff Foxworthy. A lot of people don't know who Jeff Foxworthy is now, but when I was growing up, stand-up comedy was a big deal, and Jeff Foxworthy was the guy that did the redneck jokes. You know, I'd be a redneck. If you go to, like, I'll just make one up. It's not funny, but here, I'll tell you what I'll do. Jeff Foxworthy redneck jokes. He would just get on stage, and here we go. Here's one. Here's a Jeff Foxworthy. Then we'll get back to the game. If you ever made change in the offering plate, you might be a redneck. That's funny. Hold on. We'll get back to that in a second here. Back to the table. We always go back to the game is the most important thing. No matter what we're doing, what we're saying, the game takes precedence. Queen 5. We have one third place so far, 2 first places, and we're looking for another place or perhaps a victory. Queen 5. The flop is 4-5-3. Van Pebble is the announcer. And how are you today? Queen 5 still looking good there with that queen. Pair it up. We could double it up here. Double pair. 2 pair it up, as they say. Nobody says that. There's a 7. Now, if a 6 came up on the board, we'd probably all split the pot, right? So let's go ahead and bet 81. There's the queen. We have 2 pair. That was very fortunate for us. We're all in. And he has queen 6. I've got queen 5. He's got a straight. I got it. I see it. So we have been kicked out of that one. And we're going to try to jump into one more. I would say maybe one more, but we might be doing more. We've only been playing for an hour. We got plenty of time. So let's just keep jumping into tournaments then. Let's put it that way, and we'll go... Yeah, that's good. Let me read you a couple Jeff Foxworthy jokes. This guy... Here's the guy. That's Jeff Foxworthy. Basically, if you don't know, redneck comedy in the 90s was huge. And this guy was one of the reasons. So he would just get on stage and talk about he does like a thing, he talks, but then he goes and he just throws jokes at you and it's relentless. And you might not like it, you might not like the style, I don't, but if you gotta recognize the fucking genius of this guy being able to just keep coming up with these jokes. Here's a few of them. If you ever made change in the offering plate, we just did this one, you might be a redneck. You may be a redneck if your lifetime goal is to own a fireworks stand. If you own a home with wheels on it and several cars without, you just might be a redneck. That's fucking great. You may be a redneck if you think you are an entrepreneur because of the dirt for sale sign in the front yard. You might be a redneck if the blue book value of your truck goes up and down depending on how much gas it has in it. Do you know why it's so hard to solve a redneck murder? Because the DNA is all the same and there's no dental records. There you go, man. I mean, god damn, that guy's a fucking genius. It's so dumb. Who cares? But it's great. And I respect him. And I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, another game. We are playing poker tonight. Boston Bonanza, one of the followers, one of Van Pebble's best followers. Where are you, buddy? We're looking for you. Calling you out. I'm calling you out, pal. Come in and play Van Pebble in a poker game here. It's going to be a great week of streaming for Van Pebble. Please come see us all week. generally what I like to do is I like to I've become very realistic, very realistic about like basically when I really can stream, because in my fantasy it's like we'll get up early, we'll stream all day, you know, and the reality is you got to do stuff, you got to like let yourself get a nice rest, you got to party a little bit. I bought some beer today. I was going to drink beer. I haven't had beer in a long time. Not a lot of beer, but just a little. But then you have to allow, when you're doing that, you're not going to get up early, right? So I think a realistic time to stream is like about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then like give myself till 10 to stream, you know. So that's 2 streams. You give yourself like 3 hours per stream. It usually doesn't take 3 hours. It usually doesn't even take 2, sometimes an hour and a half, but like giving myself that 6-hour window to do 2 streams, it gives me time to like fuck around in between, take a shit, you know, whatever I've got to do, take a shower, call the media, have a press conference. It gives me time to do all kinds of things. I can climb Mount Everest. I can go in a time machine, go back and forth in time, back and forth, still come back in time to play and stream. All right, back to the game. Nonsense talk is over, and now Van Pebble is zoned in, and we're going for it here. We are going for it. You know what we'll do? There you go. What do you think of that? Think I'm afraid of you? No, we're going to do 2 games at once. This is my favorite thing to do. And it kind of pushes me. When we did this last time, this pushed me to win both. So I think this might push me to win both, which is really a fucking cool look. Like when you lose, you lose. You got to account for that. But like when you can win 2 tournaments back to back, that's the shit. And also, we are in real life the end of the WSOP. Well, I don't know how much longer the WSOP is going to be. I would imagine it's going to end soon, because they're having their main event, which is like, I don't know if it's 100K, but it's like a big event, the main event. It's the big one. And when that happens, I feel like that's probably the end of the tournament. Also, Phil Hellmuth did his walkout. Phil Hellmuth does a famous walkout. If you don't know who Phil Hellmuth is, I can't help you. He's a famous poker player. If you don't know him, you're not cool, and I don't want to know you. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's not very nice. Phil Hellmuth is a professional poker player, and he's known for being like, they call him the poker brat, because when he loses, it's never his fault, you know. And really, a lot of times it's not. He's so good. The reason he's bratty is actually his superpower, because he is so good at the game. His brain is mathematical, and he's just very good at it, that if he loses, chances are it wasn't his fault. Like, almost guaranteed it wasn't his fault. That's how good he is. There's another guy that does that in the chess world. His name is, how do you say his name? I was going to say Magma. What the hell is that guy's name? Best chess player men's. Magnus Carlsen. And Magnus Carlsen said the same thing that Phil Hellmuth said recently. Phil Hellmuth said this, and Phil probably doesn't know that Magnus said this as well, that if everybody is playing like medium, they're gonna, and no, if everybody is playing, if nobody is playing great, they could play their medium game, their mid game, and still win a tournament. Both of them said that. Two separate things, chess, cards. But I thought that was interesting because they both have that level of confidence. That's how good they are. It just becomes natural to them. So in other words, somebody would have to like really, really, really play well to beat them. But if you're just going to play a mid game, he could play. Or if you're going to play, I forget. I don't remember what he said. What did he say? No. He said, I could play my mid game and beat most people, basically, is what he said. And if nobody's playing like outstanding, I could play my mid game and win. That's pretty much what they both said. All right, here we go. Back to the tables. And this is interesting here. We are going to raise it on the left-hand side because we're going for a flush, I think. We do have the queens, and I'm sure other people are going for the flush as well. And there's the flush. We made the flush. Now let's see who has the highest flush. And this is what I'm going to type in the chat. Who has highest flush? And I'm hoping it's me. And it was, in fact, me. Me, I said. Me. So we have 1.4 million on the left table, the right table, 717,000. This is fun. I do like playing two tables. I think it's I mean, obviously it's more challenging, but I think it's kind of, I find it interesting to watch. I think it's more interesting to watch than just one table. Just watching somebody play two tables. It might be hard for people that don't know poker, but anybody, especially who knows Texas Hold'em, probably enjoys this better. It's a simple game. It's easy to follow along. Jack 9. And especially women, because women are smarter than guys. Women know how to do something that guys can't do, and that is manipulate. Oh wait, sorry, that was another thing I was thinking about. No, women are really good at doing is cooking. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I missed it. No, that's not funny. I'm just kidding around. But what women are really good at doing is fucking your best friend. Oh my god, it's so funny, man. Pebble, you're funny. But seriously, what women are really good at doing. And we do have two pair here on the left. If he bets, I'm going to bet back. We've got the triple queens on the right. We've got a good hand on the left as well. We did take the left-hand table. The right this is a big one for us. We're trying to get big scores here. But I don't want to scare the table away, so I'm going to check it along. And focus your attention on the right-hand table. Big hand going on right now. That's a nice 80K is a big bet. And I want to take as much money from these people as I can. I don't see anything coming up for them. And we're going to go very big. I'm going all in at the right table. Probably he'll fold. I think he probably realizes. He's got to know, like, oh, this guy might have a queen, which I will show the queen. And we're at 923K on the right-hand side. Left-hand table, Jack 10, 8, 9, I'll play as well. And if I could play both tables at the same time, I'd have 8, 9, 10 Jack. And I just want you to know that. We've got jacks on the left, we got 8s on the right. Doot, 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 bop, bop, bop. The king shows up at both tables, not helping me on either table, of course. And Van Pebble has two pair, jacks and kings on the left, On the right, it's a little scary. Gonna fold that. Table on the left, we've got 2 pair. Wow, there's a lot of people in that hand, and Van Pebble coming away with it. 1.7 million at the left table. And I would almost say it makes me play a little bit better by playing two tables at once. I mean, obviously your mind is... But what I was going to say about women is that women are very good, and there's no joke this time, multitaskers. They're very good at multitasking. For some reason, women are like designed to just be smarter than guys. First of all, it's very interesting to me that women are more attractive than men. I mean, I think most people would agree that. Maybe a gay guy would not. Somebody that's a homosexual male might be like, speak for yourself, sweetheart. I'm sorry that they talked that the person I was imitating, that was not a good flattering imitation. I realize that. Oh man. Speak for yourself. Ah. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like, it's clear to me like women are just better looking. I mean, it's been said, this might also seem offensive, but like almost any woman can like get pregnant and have a guy. Like, just... That's when I was a kid, my parents were like, don't worry, you'll find somebody. There's someone for everyone. What they're basically saying is no matter how ugly you are, but really that only works for women. If you're an ugly guy, you're going to have a lot harder time finding a woman. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. Yeah, it's because you're ugly, Van Pebble. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. You have to fucking pay attention, will you? Jesus Christ. I never said I was a hot guy. Did I ever come on here and go, oh, I'm hot? No. I always tell people, I like myself. I like what I look like. But I know that I'm not the bee's knees. I get it. I got what I got. I use what I use. I'm also not trying to get anything or get anywhere. I'm 50, guys. I don't care about sex anymore. I've said this so many streams. I don't give a fuck about sex. It just doesn't matter to me. I've seen it ruin so many people's lives, you know? This whole sex thing. It's like, it's not... God. And sometimes women are the biggest victims of it. Because they get a lot of self-esteem from... Women, you know, like most guys, people don't want to look at a guy. That's why some of our people that make the most money on on Twitch or on any streaming platform are obviously OnlyFans, because people literally are paying money just to look at somebody. That's a home run, you know? And we're gonna fold both hands. The controversial Van Pebble is controversial as always. Playing good at the table, though. 681 on the right, holding his own. Nobody's really killing it on the right table. The left table, same. We're in the lead on the left table, but on the right table, a little bit more in the middle position, which is not a problem. But women are clearly like more attractive than men. And they're just like, they're a flower. I look at women as like a flower. They're just beautiful, and everyone's just happy just to be around it. It's just to be around a woman. It's just, people love it, you know? And that's a blessing, man. I mean, I think it's a good thing. I'm not putting it down. But when you combine that gift of looks with multitasking, I don't know. I honestly don't know how we don't have a female president by now. Because think about people have talked about this many times, but like a woman could like flirt with other women and men, presidents, and kings, and queens, and all this shit. Presidents, kings, and queens. What else is there? President. There's king. There's queen. What else? What else is there? Ruler of some kind. They could just like I mean, yeah, they could just flirt their way through it. Manipulating Putin, you know? How hard would that be if you're a hot woman? Like, look, you know, I'm not going to do anything to you, Putin, but, like, maybe you flirt a little, you get in the hot tub with them. I don't know. It is odd to me that we haven't had a woman president. And believe me, when we had our first black president, it was awesome. It was so exciting. Even though I know nothing of politics, but I was just so happy. I was just like, good, man. They, you know, get the black people in there, man. You know, I'm an advocate for everybody having a voice in the fucking big picture, you know. And it was great. And Obama's, whatever you feel about that guy, I mean, he is the first black president we've ever had. It's a beautiful thing, and I hope we have it again, because it was very beautiful. It was good for the country, man. It was very good for the country, no matter what people say. And Van Pebble, not only is he saying things that are just resonating with the world right now, but he's also resonating at the table. If that's possible to do, I don't know. Can you resonate at a table? Well, if it's possible to do, Van Pebble sure will be the one to do it. And by the way, WSOP, if you need me to be an announcer, I'm kidding. I would do it, though. It would be hard. I mean, honestly, announcing is very difficult to do. The pressure. Okay, we're going to fold at the left table. We got 2 million in chips. P3R3 Go is trying to double up, and it looks like they did. Good for them. Good for them, honey. Right hand table 8-9, call as 136. I will fold that. Fold it. Chips are flying everywhere. 8-3 versus 8-7. I love those little matchups. I love it. I do actually think that's great. And they end up splitting the pot. Would love a woman president. Again, I'm not political. But I do remember when I remember everything about it, because I remember I was working in a restaurant as a cook, actually. I was a cook, a line cook at a restaurant. And what was the restaurant called? It was such a fucking, it was actually like crazy, because we had to cook on this huge flat top. And the make table, the flat top, everything you did right in front of it wasn't like those guys do it that do it in front of you, but we were in front of people because people were sitting at this bar. It was a huge bar, and people at the counter could see you cooking. And it was a horrible job because people would actually get drunk and they'd be like, "You're cooking it wrong. That's good. That's all I want mine to cook. That's it." Like, people were yelling at you while you were cooking, and it was insane. And I mean, quit that job. I mean, eventually I quit that job. And the funny thing about that job is I remember so much about that time period. There was so much going on at that time. The Lakers were playing against the Boston Celtics, and they won. That was the year they won. It must have been 2010. We have King Queen. We have to go all in here on the right. On the left, we fold. On the right, we win. The Celtics were playing the Lakers. The Lakers ended up winning. I remember because I was so depressed at that job. I lived close to that place I worked. Oh, it was such a crazy year. Wow. And I remember going to a bar and everybody seemed to be rooting for the Celtics, and I was rooting for the Lakers. And when the Lakers won, I was so happy that they won. It was like I felt like they won for me because my life was shit. Like, I was so miserable. And I would go to work and I would cook, and people would be like, that's not good enough. Yeah, no, that's not it. And I'd go, who the fuck are you? Like, you're a customer. And, yeah, that was such a horrible job. Awful people. That really that made me, like, that planted the seed to make me hate waiters, waitresses, bartenders, cooks. Ugh. Yeah. That was the beginning of the hatred for that work, for that type of work. Soon after that, I started becoming a dishwasher because I was like, I just didn't want the pressure of cooking anymore. So then I would go, like, I was a guy with skills, like, I had the skills to pay the bills as a cook. I got good at it. So I remember what happened. It was me and this girl. And it was like she was a very good waitress, but she was new to that restaurant, so she didn't know that much. And I was the only cook that was there that day. It was supposed to be slow, right? It was supposed to be slow, but it wasn't. We ended up getting slammed, and it was just me and her, and I found my way. That was a day where I was like, I proved to myself that I could cook professionally. But I was like, but why? But then it was just like, well, we proved it. Like, why would we want to do this? Like, this sucks. And that was like around 2010. And at the time, cooking was a huge deal. Like, anywhere you fucking threw a rock, there was a cooking guy. There was a cooking show. Hell's Kitchen was big. There was that guy, Anthony Bourdain. Everybody was like idolizing that guy. It was a nightmare time for me. Nightmare time of my life, to be honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, the right-hand table has 4 players left. The left-hand table has 4 players left. Wait a minute, it might be less. King 9 versus 7-9. We need a diamond here. And we didn't get it, but we're still looking good. Queen 5. Look at the left-hand table, 8-4. We had 8-4, but King 5 would have beat us anyway. There's the ace 6. We're going to play that hand. Ace, obviously, very good. Excuse me. We need what, 9 here? No. So we didn't get anything really there. Queen 7 we will play. We ended up winning on the left table. Side pot only. All right. Good players at the left table. A lot of good players at the left table. Like 4 solid players at the left table. I don't know if I can say the same for the right table. I'm going to go all in. I've got a queen. Let's see what happens here. Ace 8 on the left. This guy Krogman is just throwing all his chips in the middle every time because he's desperate. Because he played poorly and now he's trying. Actually, that was actually a good play. I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. There's the straight on the right-hand table. Van Pebble checks it along, hoping to catch somebody in the spider web. Going all in. On the right, we're going to go 400. Left-hand table, I'm confused. Why is this guy betting so big? We've got King Jack, and there we go. We had the kicker. Oh, we didn't win. We didn't win the big pot? Oh, that is brutal. Brutal. Pretty rough. It's okay. We'll be fine. We're still in it. And it looks like we're probably going to take second place here on the left, which is really good, actually. I'm just happy we're placing. I really am. Because we were just losing so much earlier. It's nice to get a win. There's a big win at the left table, but we got a long way to go. We're heads up on the left table. Heads up with ace jack. Going, of course, all in. This would double us up. 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right table. We need a 2 or a 7. There's the 2. We have the straight on the right. On the left, we got a big win. This is very exciting right now. 1.82 million on the right-hand table. We just eliminated a player. We have queen 8. We're heads up on the left. It would be cool to be heads up on both tables. That's exactly what we have going on right now. We're heads up at 2 tables. And that's going to be fast action. Not a lot of talking here. We're going to just play through this. Let me get my bearings here. I'm heads up at 2 tables. We're coming from behind at both tables. And we could either get 2... We could end up getting 2 second places, but let's not settle on that. Let's try to win this thing. Come on, baby. We need a 6, 7, 8, 9. And we came in second place. Trying to come into first here. And just barely losing. That was so lame. We definitely, let's take another look at that one. Let's take a look at, oh, the hand couldn't replay. Why not? Come on, replay that. Hold on. Oh, I need the replay for my stream, guys. All right, that's okay. So we got 2 second places. I'm not mad at that. If we look at the hand history, let's see if we can find that. Damn, it's not doing it for some reason. All right. That was really good. That was well done. Very good. Van Pebble. I think that's going to do it for today, guys. That's the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, great stream today. Couple great streams. We're going to try to figure out what the hell this Euro simulator thing is about. So we're going to download it. We're going to download it one more time. And then I'm going to play it on my own and see if I can figure out how to use my gamepad with it. And then if that game turns out to be good, then that'll be another game that we'll be playing. But we have plenty of games to play. We have plenty of time left in the rest of the week. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That gives us a lot of time. Tomorrow we'll get more rest. We'll feel much more awake than we do feel today. I feel good today, a little tired, but I'm happy to do this, man. That was a great stream, very competitive. Shout out to WSOP. Shout out to Boston Bonanza. And shout out to everybody watching. And thank you very much. I would like to do one more thing. I'd like to advertise my stream. My name is Van Pebble. On all social media, or most social media, just the ones that I care about, like Twitter. On all social media, or most social media, right? Just the ones that I care about, right? The ones I care about, like Twitter, where we just talk about fun stuff, movies. We hype up stuff that's exciting and fun, and we share things with people, much like we do on our stream. And if you want to donate money to me, you can. My name is Thomas Palvino. Nice to meet you. AKA Van Pebble. That's my gamer handle. When I was a kid, my parents said, we're going to name this kid Thomas Palvino after his father. My dad is a Thomas Palvino as well. So, I'm not real happy about having the name of someone else. But until we actually change our name, that's our name. So at Thomas Falvino, small caps, no spaces. And if you want to send cash, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, $1 bill, y'all. And ladies and gentlemen, the final thing is YouTube. Van Pebble is on YouTube, and he's putting up stuff like you wouldn't believe. We just put up Wall World. We have 354 videos. I met a guy at my job who was a customer, and we were talking about streaming, and I go, I'm a streamer. And when I told him how many videos I had on YouTube, he was like, I saw him visibly go, oh. So that's what I try to tell people. It's like, there's a difference between calling yourself something that you've done a few times and saying that you're something and you're doing it week after week, day after day. And that's exactly what we do. There's a famous battle rap called King of the Dot. It's a battle rap company, and their slogan is "Put your money where your mouth is." Except they say "mooth." Put your money where your mouth is, because they're from Canada. But the point is, I did that. I put my fucking money where my mouth was, and I said to myself, figuratively, and I said, well, if we're gonna stream, like, let's be what we would consider like a good streamer. What would a good streamer do? How would a good streamer do it? Well, one, they would have their own style, which we're doing. We're trying to do it, right? Always try to be myself. Don't copy other people. Van Pebble plays Wall World. Van Pebble plays Karate Survivor. We play many different games. That's kind of what I visualize a good streamer would do. And we consistently put it out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the advertisement. Van Pebble YouTube. And I feel good. I did a really smart thing. So we were talking about this earlier, and then we'll get out of here. Is that we crock potted. I do this on Mondays now. I found this thing at the market. It's a little kit. They put like a big cut of meat, a beef in there, and they throw in some carrots, an onion, some potatoes, and they just wrap it up, and it's like $20, which is expensive. But man, it's legit, dude. Cut it up. It takes literally like 5 minutes. Throw it in the crock pot to give you a little seasoning. I use a little beef base because I'm a cook. Remember, I'm a cook. I know how to cook. So that's a skill I take with me in my everyday life. It's fucking delicious. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have some nice food. I hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are surviving the heat. And when I say the heat, I don't mean the basketball team. Now, come on. Come on. What is this bunny doing? What's he doing? Let's just chill together for a couple minutes. Let's relax, and then we'll get out of here. That's how I like to close the stream. Let's enjoy sitting with one another. Not enough people do that. Just sit with someone. Have you ever done that? That's one of the biggest things when I was a kid growing up, trying to get dates with girls. It was one of the biggest things that you never felt, guys never felt comfortable. And that's what a girl always would say to me. I just want to find a guy that I could just sit in silence and feel comfortable with, What's the story with this rabbit here? It's probably a character on some video game or something. By the way, I'd like to do one final thing here, and that is, I would like to give a shout out to the person that posted this video. I don't want to be a streamer that uses people's stuff. Number one, Like, I never want to just use somebody else's content as content. You'll never see me do that. We don't. That's one of the reasons why we don't do like reaction videos, because it's very like it's very close to like what's yours and what's somebody else's. You know what I mean? And because they took time to make that content, you're just reacting to it. You're grabbing streams. You're grabbing views from that. Not cool. But this person's name is Chillin' Funky. Let's take a look at their channel. They love cartoons. I don't know if they're drawing the cartoons, but I'd like to give a shout out to that person and thank you for letting me use your thing. Please don't copyright me. And Chillin' Funky. And that's it, guys. I'm out of here. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We got tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's it. And tomorrow I'm going to wear my football shirt. I bought this shirt that's really cool. It's a football. It literally looks like something a football player would wear. I'm very excited. I wore it last week. It's very cool. And thanks, guys. Let's get out of here. See you later. Have a good one. Van Pebble's out of here. Bye.